Hey guys, today we are going to see how to use native UI, both picker as well as a slider inside patch editor. So you guys have been using code for native UI, but I made a simple template where you can just activate the native UI as well as the native picker whenever you want, and you can just adjust the number of native UI you want, and you can just get the values selected on the picker as well as the slider through the patch editor. So you can just do all the logics on the patch editor itself. This is actually a template. You can just download this template, get the native UI slider and the patch setup totally on my Gumroad. Give the Gumroad link in the description below. So you can just download it for free or you can just donate. So let's go into the video. In Instagram, the only way you can just give a multiple options or a menu is through a native UI picker. But everywhere it's actually we have to code for that. So I made it in a simple way that you can just easily increase the number of native UI, or in a click of a button I added two native UIs. Basically I have three textures over here, so the amount of the native picker is 2. So what if I change this to 1? You can just see while changing it on the patch editor, it is reflecting it on the code. So this template is basically, you can just use it to just do whatever you want. You don't need to worry about the coding part of the native UI as well as the slider. So I'm just making it 3. So you might ask, I'm just selecting some other thing. How do I get the value what the user selects? So I made it in such a way that you can just using this output, you can just get the slider value when you are activating the slider and the native UI picker which is selected. So in our case, we selected this element that is 0, 1, 2. So in native UI or any based coding based stuff, always the numbers start with 0. So basically the first option is 0, 1 and 2. So you can just see I've selected the third option which is 0, 1, 2. So the third value is 2. You can just drag this and connect it to whatever you want. You can just put it to an option and you can just add 3D elements to it. For example, you can just you have a native UI picker and you want to add multiple glasses. You can just do it within a single click. So in a few seconds, I'm going to show how to use this. So in our example, we are going to see how to use it for a loot. So actually loot is nothing but color grading stuff. So it is this file, loot file is actually made by JAWS. I'll just link this GitHub repository in the description below where you can just donate them or you can just support them on GitHub. So we have seen what is over here. So if I just click it, disable it, you can see there is no effect over here. Click on this, you can just see. So it is so simple to just change the elements. For adding new stuff, you can just import the icon into the texture, and you can just I'm just going to change this. Uh, I know this is what image I want to use as an. Let's take this image as an icon. So what we have to do is import the image you want and go to the no compression so that it is not compressed when it comes to the circular size, and then I'm going to rename it to icon 4 and I'm just refreshing. So what you have to do is you have to make sure you name your icon on the order you want to use it. So basically the one is icon 1, 2 is icon 2, this is icon 3 and this is icon 4. So I'm just changing the values over here to 4, and you can just see the whatever we made icon 4 becomes the icon value, icon on the texture. So it is so simple for you to basically convert any texture into a icon for native UI picker. So if you want to use a slider, you can just click this enable and refresh it. So you will not be able to see the native UI slider on mostly on the Spark app, but you can just see it on Instagram or you can just see it on the mobile. So I just make sure I'm going to the settings property, it is Instagram only. All these setups are done for you. Now, sometimes if you can't see the icons even when it is enabled. You can just click on it and like again click it, it will just come. So let's see an example on how to use it. So actually I'm just deleting all these stuff. So I'll just create three different loops. Basically I'll just create four. Here I have four rectangles which will be having different materials for them. I'm just creating a different material for each rectangle. See, we have four different loops over here. So this example, we can just do it for any 3D model also. So basically what you are going to do is, I'm taking the value of the native UI picker. I'm just searching for option and I'm selecting option sender. So what this basically does, and I'm making it as a true. So what I'm doing here is basically, so whatever option is here, like that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 in our case. So what we are going to do is like, it is going to make that part true, that visibility true. And first rename them rectangle 0, rectangle 1, rectangle 2 and rectangle 3. So now I'm just bringing them to the visibility to over the patch editor. I'm just connecting them to here. So you can just do this for your glasses too, because like each all the elements, scene elements on the patch editor, or like all the scene elements of Spark AR contain the visibility parameter. So you can just bring them to the patch editor, like over clicking it over here, and you can just connect it with them. Now as you can see, I just connected all the elements. So automatically it goes to the zero value. That is like, basically you can just click it over here. So what you can do is you can just connect this, like the parent of everything over here, and I'm going to make a value patch and making it boolean. So I can just connect it to this. So if I activate this, you will see, we can just see the native UI is also activated. So while clicking this value, you can just hide these elements also, as well as you can just activate the native picker on your patch editor. So now what you can do is basically the setup is completed. So now if you click on this, you can just see it is automatically changing the values based on the values you're clicking. That is, this is considered as 0, 1, 2 and 3. On code we start with 0, whereas here for easy understanding I just made it 1, 2 and the last value. So if I just want only two elements, two pair thing, you can just enter the number of amount you want and you can just press it. So automatically it just switches between them. And if you're done with this, you can just even like turn it off. For example, you are making a game and only for few elements you want to give an option for the user, like for certain time, like if some elements are falling and when the user catches that element, they get to have the patch editor or whatever they want. So during that time you can just make it active, and after that is complete you can just make it false so that you can't see the native UI. And for the native slider, as this is not going to be visible over here, we can just get the values of the slider if you enable it, and if you just get the value of the slider from native slider value. So if I just put it like value over here, I can just use this value to reduce or increase the opacity of any of these material. So you can just use these simple patch based things for the for your projects. So if you like this video, you want more kind of these video, I'm going to start a course on Skillshare. So you can just sign up for those classes on the using the link in the description below. You will get 2 months of free for new joining, and you can just access my course and you can learn more. And if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. And if you want, if you have any questions or any other suggestion you want to add up, or if you want to feel free to comment it below, or you can follow me on Instagram at Abi Kaban. and you can just DM me if you have any problems, or like you can just comment it below on the description below. Thank you for watching.